Welcome back to Tech Garage. Now before we put our belt on the Mustang, let's understand a little bit about them. And I got a cool demo here to show you. A belt is a serpentine belt, and it's driven here by the harmonic balancer, which is attached to the crankshaft. It drives all the accessories. It could be a water pump, a pulley, an alternator, but it's important that it's riding and tracking right. You may have a belt that's squealing. I'll give you a couple tricks. You can take a spray bottle test here with some water, it's called. Just simply spray it on the long span of the belt right there, and the water acts as a lubricant. So if the noise gets worse, you're going to need a tensioner and a belt because it's actually slipping. If the noise goes away for a second, you might have an alignment issue. And you can go down to the auto parts store and get one of these. This is a Daco laser tracker. This is really cool because what you do is you strap it to the pulleys and you can run it and you can look at the laser light on all the different pulleys and make sure that they're all in alignment. Because if they're not, you're going to wind up with an issue like this. This belt here is totally worn out. Now the new belts today, EPDM material, different way you have to check them. Remember the old belts used to be the neoprene belts? You can count the cracks here. Well, you can't do that anymore. So what you need to do is get a gauge down there and go through and just measure the belt, make sure it's all right. It may last up to 100,000 miles on today's vehicles. All that's left, Brian, is you got to take our belt, which is EPDM material, and put it on that car.
Awesome, thanks. I've got the new tensioner on. I've got it torqued. We're all set to go. We'll route that new belt in, install the battery tray, reinstall the battery. I got to tell you, I'm looking forward to the test drive, and I think all we've got left is the email question of the week. John, Nick from Jackson, Mississippi emailed us, and he's got a car that he says is all over the road. He's constantly working the steering wheel to keep it driving straight. Do we think an alignment will fix it?
It might, but you know, the first thing you want to do, Nick, is go out there, put 2 fingers and the weight of your arm on the steering wheel. If it's still pulling it out of your hand to the left or the right, it may need alignment, or there could be a couple other things. We put that pump in that Mustang today, made all the difference in the world. Pumps can cause a lack of pressure and maybe could cause a car to pull. Also this rack and pinion. You remember when we studied that spool valve inside of there? If we had too much pressure redirected to the wrong side of this rack, it's going to want to push the rack in that direction each time. That's going to cause a pull. And we also stress the importance of the mounting bushings. We got to get them mounting bushings in there, and that rack's got to be tight or you're going to have some wander and some pull.
On our Fox body Mustang, we had issues with the rear control arms. I mean, look at the difference in the old control arms to the new beefier ones we installed from Proform and polyurethane bushings. Believe it or not, a rear end that's got alignment issues will affect it that way.
It'll pull it. Made a big difference on our Mustang. You know, I got to test drive that, and that suspension's is tight, and that steering's is tight, and almost got as much horsepower as that engine's got now.
Awesome.
I'm confident that Mustang's going to handle much better and be able to handle that horsepower. Now, for more on Tech Garage, follow us on Twitter. And until next week, from our garage to your garage, thanks for watching Tech Garage.
Production assistance for Tech Garage is provided by Chipola College, located in Marianna, Florida. Founded in 1947, Chipola was recently ranked as one of the top 3 community colleges in the United States.